Howdy everybody. Here playing another game. I'm probably this is probably a better feel. Definitely a better feel. I kinda like being like the other people where they have like the lo-fi jazz and the lo-fi hip hop and stuff. But for me that was just slightly a little too stimulating for me to just talk on. So instead I'm probably just gonna do it, just not a run. I wouldn't even call this a run. I could call it something a little different. Call it something like, well, yeah, it is indeed. I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about philosophy and such. It's philosophy, a little wisdom, and a bit of gaming. But I just feel like every time I'm doing this, I should just include the game in question, the game that I'm playing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, should I? Should I? Do I have to? Because I'm like, the games I had, Absolver, that has its own narrative and lore and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And they have Bloodborne, which is a lot. I just know from videos that this is based off H.P. Lovecraft's work. In regards to the great ones, these so-called great ones, the above, the gods, or whatever you want to call them, and that they're so great that they have so much influence power in themselves, they don't need us. I just remember, if I'm right, hopefully I can find her soon, because I'm like, she's clutching her stomach. From what I remember in this one, she bears a great one. Do I hear that? Is that a child? I don't even think I remember seeing this. Is that? Sorry, that kind of captured me a little bit. Okay, so, oh dear. I didn't even notice that. So you see these things, like these amygdala, which is another thing that kind of made me think, which is the amygdala is a portion of your brain for emotions and judgment. Emotions and, you making judgments. It's in your brain. And so I wonder in this nightmare, because we're in the right nightmare realm, or rather the truth. Dang it. The truth of this world. And another thing is, even before that, if you get enough insight, you kind of acquire similar to the minds of the great ones. When you see these creatures, which is, it's essentially you're gaining extraterrestrial knowledge that makes you insane, because it's too much for your feeble mind to handle, And so you are overloaded with the amount of information you're taking, and so you go mad. Which is the reason, in a sense, you take on too much of these insight, and you get this little side effect called frenzy, where you die. Like if the meter goes all the way up, you die. Hey! Oh snap! There should be a second one around. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, is more really a deist, but it is unique. It's not deist it's not a deistic view, but it is kind of deist in nature, where it's like the gods are up there and they couldn't care less about what we do down here. Like we could burn it and fire it, and it could be just kind of like checking the dirt in the nails. Like, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. And that's from what I've garnered from the videos from is it Vachi Vadu or something like that? That's one of the guys who talks about him, I believe. And they say like these higher beings, just couldn't care less. They're just there. It's just like, oh, and it kind of reminds me of Death Note, but the Shinigami, these death gods, some of them do. They don't care enough to intervene on our behalf in terms of our benefit, but they care enough for their own enjoyment. But in this one, they just don't. They're just like, here, don't matter to me. You know, I'm like, dude, hey, whatever, man. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I switched to just some jazz. That I like it. It helps me relax. You know, some people say they can't understand jazz. Oh, I don't understand that. Love jazz. It's because it has so much stuff going on. You know, and they say jazz is very hard, especially jazz fusion. I hear it's very hard too. But yeah, so yeah, these creatures, these beings who are just terrifying in nature. These little claws, if that thing ever got a hold of us, you know, we'd be done. But the thing is, like, I'm here and it's scary, but it doesn't matter to me. It's like, okay, human being, you know, because it's kind of like reversed on his head, where it's like you think you're important, you think like, and it's to counteract the idea that in the older centuries where there was church centered and Christian heavy, where it was like mankind is in the center. You know, God made us and He cares about us. He died for us. You know, essentially we're at the core of things. You know, God is just so in love with us, and in a sense that it garnered this perhaps a selfish view of things in. Because I still adore Christianity, but it's like, oh my God! Oh freak! I didn't know he was gonna be doing two. Okay, man, dude killed me. Yeah, that's what I don't know if I admire it, but it's something I got used to, is that with Bloodborne, you don't really, you don't get used to it. You don't get used to the savagery. You just kind of get used to, battling the savagery. You know, you get used to enemies just, which is, in my last video, I had to stop being so prideful, like, oh, I can handle this, I just need to keep pressing forward. And I'm like, don't be, it's not like I shouldn't be so foolhardy. And sometimes you just gotta choose easier options. I'm like, okay. Strike, and if they're doing a lot of striking, you just count. You know, it's not like they're gonna change up too much. You know, and if they do, it's almost like in that program they only have so much, and it's just you have to be patient, very patient, and learn to take patterns and take them out. Thank you. So I count. So I just count the attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like if they do a whole lot, then you just count. I used to be like, again, when I fit myself into this world, I'd be overwhelmed. But then there's times where I just pull back. It's a game. They have programming. They're gonna hit so much, attack so much, and then count that and make your move. You know, like Big Buddy over here. Like he's gonna be hard to kill. But for me, I have a superior weapon. And they do this delay where it's like, it really feels delay where it's like, and it's, I think it's almost a counter at how games are, because like, they become so obvious. You know, they may wait, and they may just like, they may raise their weapon only to throw it down like a second or two later. With this one, they wait. Like you'll think, oh, you know, but just by being conditioned so much, like, oh, let me back up so quick, and then he swing it as you're rolling, and he gets you, and he knocks you out. But in this one, you're still called to, like, you know, chill, you know, and wait, be patient, and to stop, not be so in a rush, you know, not be so in a hurry to dodge these cats. You know, another thing I used to do when one of the first bosses gets going is just knowing how this game is. Like, sometimes, unless you're really good at this game, you just can't play by what you think is their rules. At least for me, my thoughts was that you have to sit here and dodge them and hit them at the right time. No, what I did was, because there's a bunch of tombstones, I had him stuffed between the tombstones and attack, and then when I had my opportunity, I sliced him. And I got this from my brother, but like when he I just played merry-go-round with him. I went around a big structure, and I disappeared. I mean, I just kept. He did some running, and also at some point I had to learn, like, okay, you're gonna have to attack him at some point. You can't just run. You know, so for me, it's just more so like figuring out, keep running from him, figuring out what he does, and then attack him when possible, and then steer clear. Because I'm like, in this game, if they catch you, they won't hesitate to show you and punish you and let you realize how wrong you were for just getting caught. So it's like learning, okay, this is how it works, okay. So if he hits me, he's gonna do like gut me, you know. And that's just how these games are. They will punish you, and again, it's kind of like sink or swim mentality, where if you don't get it, they will keep punishing you. But if you don't give up and you try to be smart about it and stop making this a mere experience, then you just think smart and just say, okay, he's a program. This is a challenge. How do I get over this challenge? How do exactly, you know? And it's like, okay, he's gonna hit, I'm gonna dodge, and then when I get the chance, take him out, you know. And it's like, okay, and then keep doing that. And if he changes his route, you might die once, twice, 3 times, 5 times, but the idea is, don't give up. You keep learning, you keep putting it through, putting that work in. Ooh. Oh, okay, like that's that. So, behind you. Hey. Right there. Fear of blood 800. Yeah, and there's also hunters here too. That's I'm not gonna say it's trouble, but it is facing these hunters on these games, because you're a hunter. You're gonna face other hunters, not just like people, legit. Not legit people who, like myself, are playing a game, which it would be nice if you could encounter in the real world, apart from something, but whatever, I'm pretty sure it's a good reason for it. You'll face like NPC hunters, you know, non-playable character hunters, and they'll be looking for you. And I'm at the stress where I can like, okay, I'm not gonna play a game. I'm gonna start pulling some tricks. Be doing a lot of this. I'm gonna keep slapping you down. I might do some of this and then keep you while you're on the floor. And I'm not gonna sit here and play this Thousand game. It would be nice. I just personally don't have the level of patience at the moment to dedicate to a game where I'm like, okay, is this NPC gonna die? I tried that plenty of times, so I was like, this ain't working. How do I win? So I'm like, I searched up YouTube. What they said, shoot him. Like for instance, there's this guy. It's in Old Yarnum, where the beasts and stuff are at, and the dude with the minigun. And so he's shooting him. When you finally go up, like he's like in his tower. When you climb upstairs, he's like ready to go. He's not like playing no games. You don't get no cinematic. He's just like, let's do it. And so I did that several times, and it was, I had him at some points, and then he was just taking me out. Seeing these videos, you get a pistol, you get a lot of ammo. When you see him, shoot him, bam, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, and shoot him until he falls off the cliff. And they say, quit, you know, because the game saves, like, when you press that, you see a little icon of upper right. It's kind of pulsating. Sorry, there's some contrast for you. See it? Okay, so shoot him, he goes down. Actually, that's just it. I'm not even sure if I actually have this. Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah. Won't that be a treat? Because this is my third walkthrough. I'm not a fan of continually doing this. I think I am trying to do this so I can get more of the things I didn't get in the last walkthroughs. Yeah. And so I'll show you if possible. We'll see. I'm not very quick at finishing all this. But what was I? Oh yeah, you shoot him. Like I'll try to do this, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna try to deal battle with him. And oh man, that's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble. Because it's just so stressful. Like he fights, you fight, and I'm like, don't give me. It's just think about it, like,
You
oh yeah,
Hunter! Didn't you see the warning?
I did.
Turn back at once. Old Yarnum, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts.
It's true.
They are of no harm to those around. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
Interesting. And you know what's ironic? I don't personally think you have to actually do this. When I first did this, I was, sorry.